Hi, it's Stephanie. Welcome back to my channel, and today is another TBR game. And this is future editing Stephanie here. We're here for the April TBR game, which I did film the rolls on April 1st, and then a couple days later I picked out all of the books that went with the prompts, but I never got around to actually editing this video. April has been a whirlwind of a month, and I cannot believe that there's only like 5 days left of April. But I do have this video filmed, and for my own personal look back, I would like to have this published. So I'm going to go ahead and edit and upload this as soon as possible. But I just wanted to clarify that I know it's almost a month late. But I did have this filmed. I just haven't gotten around to do any editing this month. It's been crazy. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy the April TBR game, and there will be a new one coming soon. I'll get back to past stuff. Last month was the first month of this TBR game, and I didn't read everything that was on that TBR. Shocking, I know, because I suck at TBRs, but I also had a pretty slumpy March in general. I don't know what was going on, but I didn't read a whole lot. I think I ended up reading 3 books off of that TBR, and then I read 3 books that weren't on that TBR just to get myself out of the funk because I just wasn't feeling what was on the TBR. So still 3 books off of that TBR I think is great because it was 3 books that I had on my shelf that I've been waiting to read. So we're gonna do it again. All right, so we're gonna keep doing it. Because I think it helps in general, and just it's fun to do. So let's get Lil Pua out. He's going right there, right on the start. And here are my die. And so in the comments, there was one comment that said that maybe I shouldn't do the doubles add a roll because there's already the B's. And while that is a great idea, I think I'm going to try another month where I do the doubles just to see, because maybe last month it was just, it was just a lot of doubles, and maybe this month there won't be any doubles. Who knows? We'll see. I like to have a slightly bigger TBR just so that I can have a little bit more variety. If I only have like 3 books on my TBR, I feel like I wouldn't read them because there's not as much variety. Does that make sense? I don't know. That might just be my brain. But we're going to try it again this month, doing the same rules as last month, see how it works. So here are my 2 dice, and first roll is I'm gonna flip you around real quick. I kid you not, this was my first roll. Yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. At least he didn't land on the B, because that would have been number 5. So, okay, first roll is a double 2. I can only laugh at it because what else am I supposed to do? Okay, so since that is a pink, that is just a normal challenge. I did keep last month's challenges in this cute little picnic basket thing. And then after I pick out this month's challenges, I'll put those ones back. I just didn't want to have to pick the same prompts, even though there's a whole lot in here. Just so I don't have the same prompt consecutively, I guess. So we're gonna go with this one. That is a book with a magical creature. So I think that will be a fairly easy prompt to get, or to, I think that will be a fairly easy prompt to fulfill. So roll number 2 is a 5 and a 6, so 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I landed on a pink bee. I like the rule of having to roll again if you get a double, and I like the added dread of landing on a B. I think what I'm gonna just do is just cap it at like 10 or 11 rolls. I think that's what it's gonna be. So, pink. This challenge is a book with multiple genres. I think this is also a fairly easy challenge to accomplish. Yeah. Okay. Next roll. A 5 and a 3, so 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is a blank blue. I am okay with that. A book published in the month of October. Okay. Roll number 4 is a 5 and a 4. So 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A blank pink. That is a book set in a warm region. Okay, so far so good. Roll number 5 is a 5 and a 1. I'm liking these 5s tonight, apparently. So 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's a yellow. I forget what was yellow. Tropes? No, genres. Okay. What genre am I picking out? Fantasy. Easy. Okay. So far, so good. Roll number 6. A 3 and a 2. Okay, let's move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A blank pink. A book with a food item on the cover. Okay, potentially the last roll. So, I mean, maybe April's going to be nice to me. 4 and a 2. So as long as I don't land on a B, this is the last roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is the last roll. I landed on an orange, which is treats. How fitting. Oh, my hand doesn't fit through here, so we're just... There's 2 here. Let's go with this one. This is read a book that is a sequel or next in the series. Also fairly easy. Okay. So with doing the doubles and landing on B's, I only had to add 2 extra rolls this month. And I still have my little cheat rule that I can double up on prompts. So, I mean, I'm not too worried about this. Now I gotta go find out what books I'm gonna read. Okay, it's been a couple days since I did all of the rolling to get all of my prompts for the TBR for April. And that's just because it's been a crazy week already. But I just went through my shelves and I picked out a book for each of the prompts. I didn't double up on anything. That being said, a lot of these can be doubled up because a lot of the prompts went very fantasy heavy. So some of these books could potentially knock out like 3 prompts in itself. But I've got my pile of books that go with the prompt, and then I have a pile of books that I at least like to pick a couple for the month, and I'm just, so they're going to be like honorable mentions. That's just because I'm such a moody reader. So not all of these I'm going to get to this month, obviously. But let's get through this because there's a lot. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 honorable mentions, which I'll be lucky if I get through 1 or 2 of the honorable mentions. Those are just on there if I'm really not feeling anything that is on my actual TBR. Or if, you know, I get through the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books on my TBR. Which, I mean, it's possible. I know as long as I put the effort into reading, I can read a lot. It's just, I don't always put the effort because I get sucked into TV shows and I get sucked into to games and TikTok. TikTok is terrible. I might do a challenge of getting rid of TikTok and replacing TikTok time with reading time and see how that helps for this month. But anyways, let's move on to the prompts. So one of the prompts that I got was read a book that is a sequel or a next in the series. And I think I'm going to do A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I read the first book in this series last month, really, really enjoyed it. And I kind of want to do another like spoilery reading vlog with this book. So there's the first one. Another one is a book set in a warm region, and I went with Island Affair by Priscilla Olivares, and I think this takes place in Florida. Yeah, she lives in Florida. Yeah, she lives in Key West. So, warm region. For a book with multiple genres, I picked Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo because it's dark academia and fantasy. So I started to read this in January, and because I didn't have the ebook, I couldn't read it at night in my room, which is where the majority of my reading happens. And I only had, you know, the physical and the audiobook. But I literally only got like to chapter 3 in January, but I do really want to finish this because I was liking what was happening from what I read, and I've heard really good things about this, and my brother-in-law wants to know how it is, so I'm going to try and make this a priority for April. And then I didn't get to this one last month, but that's only because I knew the audiobook was coming out this month, so I kind of pushed it to the end of my TBR for March, and then I just never got around to it, but I do really want to read this. This I'm using for the fantasy prompt that I got, and that is A Kingdom of Stars and Shadows by Holly Renee. It's a fairly small book at only 272 pages, so this should be a rather quick read. The audiobook actually just came out on the 4th, which was 2 days ago, so I literally just used one of my Audible credits for it. So getting to that this month. And then this prompt can go with either of the last two books that I've gotten, but it's a book with a magical creature. And I actually just got this book in my Scribbler box from last month, and it is Museum of Magic by Beth Revis, or Revis. I think it's Revis though. This, I don't know anything about it, but I saw Fae in the synopsis back here when I was just glancing, and obviously it says Museum of Magic, so Fae, magic, I think that goes with magical creature. So there's this one. Also, this cover is so pretty. I really like this cover. And then a book with a food item on the cover. I'm going with this, but this can also go with fantasy or book with magical creatures. I think they're magical creatures. I'm not sure. I really don't know. All I know is that this is a cozy fantasy, and I bought it in November or December or something, I don't know, and I need to read this. That's Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree. I'm super excited to read this. The idea of cozy fantasy just sounds so good to me. and I really want to see if that is a genre that I love, because it sounds like something I would love. And then the last prompt was a book published in the month of October. And I went with Payback's a Witch by Lana Harper, and this has been on my TBR for a while. I know nothing about it other than it is a rom-com with witches, I think. I don't know. Also, I really like this cover too. So those are the books that I have on my official TBR. And then the books that I would like to get to, I'm going to mention these two really quick. They came in the mail from Entangled Publishing sometime early last month, and that is The Prospector's Only Prospect by Danny Collins. This is a gorgeous cover. This comes out sometime this month. And How Not to Marry a Duke by Tina Gabrielle, and this comes out next month in May. Also another gorgeous cover. Obviously they are historical romances, and I've heard great things about both of them on the Entangled Insiders Club, so those I'd like to get to. If I need a break in genre and just want to look at some art with a little bit of story to it, I recently picked up Spy Family by Tatsuya Endo. I probably butchered that name. I am sorry. But I've heard really great things, and I'm super excited to pick up another manga. These are just on here in case I need some more historical romance in my life. So I've got Always Be a Duchess by Amelie Howard. No idea what it's about. I know that it's a historical romance. This one has a gorgeous cover, and it is A Lady for a Duke by Alexis Hall. I'm super excited for this, and just look at this cover. It's so freaking pretty. I love it so much. And then the last historical romance I have on here is The Widow of Rose House by Diana Biller. And this one I'm intrigued by because it seems more Gothic-esque, and it takes place in Gilded Age New York in a Gothic mansion, and I'm here for it. So I'd like to read this month. And then this was, I think this was in either January or February Scribbler box, and it is Breaking All the Rules by Amy Andrews. I don't know much about this, but I've heard good things in the Entangled Insiders. So I'd like to pick this up. I think this is just a regular contemporary romance. And then one of the book of the months that I picked out for March was The London Seance Society by Sarah Penner. Look at this cover. It's so pretty. So there's another one. I think this takes place in Paris. Yeah, 1873 in Paris. And then I figured to break up all of the genres, and in case I was in a thriller mood, I picked out What Lies in the Woods by Kate Alice Marshall. Again, no idea what any of these books are about. I kind of like to go in blindly. So, I don't know if I should attempt to pick all of these up. Let's see. Let's do this by size to make it a little bit easier. I don't know, Kingdom of Flesh and Fire is heavy on its own. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, ready? Oh, it's heavy. It is heavy. I have to back up too. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. So those are the, how many did I say? 16? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh my gosh, I did the math correctly. 16 books that I would like to attempt to read in the month of April. Please leave a comment down below letting me know if you've read any of these 16 books, if I should start any of them first. And let me know what you're reading this month. But if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. It does help let me know that you guys like this kind of content, and it helps the whole algorithm scenario, situation, whatever. Also, if you're not a subscriber and you want to go ahead and subscribe, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. I would love and appreciate you so dearly if you did that. But happy reading. Bye.